Hi guys, welcome back, and in today I have a new theory and we're talking about Pandoria, but you already knew that because you clicked on the video. And yeah, I'm gonna get right on into it. So for my ideas and theories today, all of them are going to be taking place after the final chapter of the current story, and also a little bit of a spoiler warning if you haven't been caught up on the main storyline, because I am going to be mentioning some stuff and I don't want to ruin it if you're a huge fan of the main story. Okay, so let's get into it. The characters I would want to have on this adventure with us. First is Yidris. He's been telling our character that Pandoria and Jorvik are clashing together and Pandoria is slowly dying. I think he mentioned it was due to Garnock, and I think the first part of us going there, if this doesn't get fixed during the end story quest when Garnock is hopefully defeated, I think we could go to Pandoria to try and fix and heal what's happening, kind of like how we healed the dimension before you go to the Devil's Gap. I forget what it's called, but we heal that place. We could kind of do something similar with Pandoria. And also, I just love to know what's happening with Yidris, like his backstory. Where is he from? I think he's from Pandoria, so we could learn more about Pandoria from him. And I see him more as an anti-hero rather than a full-blown villain, so it would make sense if he were to help our character. So for the second character, I always mention her. It's Linda. I think she's so smart and she knows a lot about Pandoria from the research she's done, and I think we could also get to know her more. And the Lost Moon sister, Soul Rider. I don't know why I said sister, but she was the Moon Soul Rider from the previous Soul Rider group, and I think this could be a perfect opportunity to find out where that lost Soul Rider went. Maybe she is in Pandoria. So the third character I would like to have with us is Anne. Since she's been there the longest, I would like to see Anne retire to South Hoof. I know I said it in the Vala Witches video, but I really just want to see her become a vet with Hugh, and she could just retire from all of this craziness, because ever since she's got back to Jorvik, she always just mentions how she wants to be a vet, and I just really want to see that for her. And we could also visit her in the beginning of these quests and learn more about what she knows from Pandoria, since she was trapped there for, I think it was like 6 months. And I would also like to see her deal with her trauma of being trapped in another dimension and how that has impacted her, because she was frozen in a crystal and then she comes back and learns her horse was killed, and I don't think the story has really dealt with that properly, because that just sounds so awful, and it would just be really fulfilling to see her deal with that, and then we can move on, you know? So for the fourth character, the fourth and fifth character I would like to see us have is Avalon in the beginning, and then his brother Evergrey. And I say Avalon in the beginning because I think if we don't go to Pandoria with Yidris, I think the brothers could be another group of characters that could help us find out why we need to go to Pandoria. Avalon and Evergrey are so fun together, and they have a lot of history with the previous Soul Rider group and like the missing Moon Soul Rider, so they could really touch on that. And also, Evergrey has been traveling Pandoria for 20 years, and he has a disease that has been slowly taking over his body, and maybe we have to go to Pandoria to help find a cure to heal his body, and then he can travel with us in Pandoria. So before we enter Pandoria, I would like to see their backstory, like I said, and a couple of cutscenes, and we could also learn or see why Evergrey was exiled by the Druids. It was touched a little bit in the main story quest, I think, when he returns back and we have to go find him to save Fripp, but then it's not really discussed on again, and I think it would be a great opportunity to talk about that. Like I said, we could go and find a cure for the disease that has slowly been taking over Evergrey's body, and in this quest to go find a cure, we would have to go to Pandoria to find a city, kind of like the Quantumania city in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and there could be a Pandorian witch that Evergrey met during his travels, since it was said on the Yorvipedia that when Evergrey was traveling Pandoria, he met a whole bunch of witches, and maybe this witch knows a way to find a cure or how to craft one. And before this person gives us a cure, we'd have to build reputation with them, and it could be like an ongoing quest. And we could have a whole bunch of new daily quests and new groups of people to learn about. And after we find the cure to Evergrey, he could join us in Pandoria, and then he could teach us all he knows while we're there. And in this city, there could be a new garden for Pandoria and new special plants that could craft new rare items that would just be helpful for like regular gameplay. And also we could get like a custom suit for our character so they wouldn't catch the disease that Evergrey's getting, or like a potion or something that like makes us able to be in Pandoria. And there could be more cities that we end up finding and learning about after this like main one, since Evergrey has been traveling there for so long. He has probably seen so many different areas, and also I'm going to assume that he's met people who didn't like him, possibly enemies that could make exploring these areas potentially dangerous. So there's like a villain person that could be in our way that we would have to go about defeating or like avoiding. And SSO could make our starter horse the only one able to travel to Pandoria at first, because they have special abilities like our character, and I think our horse is like a Pegasus, so it can fly. I'm not sure what other abilities our horse has, but I'm sure there's maybe like special ones. And in one of these cities, we could find a new breed similar to the Jorvik Warmblood. This breed could be from Pandoria, and just another horse we could use to travel there. Like, it would be similar to a cold tolerance, kind of like what was in Dino Valley. And I think it'd just be fun to have a horse that is like only from there and you could only get on Pandoria. Or it could be similar to like a soul riding horse, you know, that free horse, what's it called? I think it's the Rune Runner, and we could slowly build up reputation to get that horse. Also like the Coulters and the Fjords, because I think that one was also a reputation quest to get that horse. So yeah, I think there's so many possibilities that SSO could do with this area, because it's such a mystery and it's just like so unused, and we only go there for Anne and then we don't go there at all. So I'm really hoping they give this area justice and just make it like a cool place to learn and discover. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.